Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore. And I'm with the hotless battler in the UK and admin of the Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Hello Ayumu, how are you doing today?
My hands are freezing.
Oh my god.
It's not even winter yet, but it's already getting cold because I'm living so up north.
That makes sense.
It bothers me because I can't play my rhythm game at my maximum potential.
True.
Especially since now I'm using my index fingers to play. I'm not sure people will understand. But when you're using index fingers to play and then your thumb is just hanging in the air, but because it's so cold, it feels like it's frozen. It doesn't feel nice. It feels paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed. My goodness. No, not like that. But I can understand that. Cause especially since my job requires me to use my fingers as well. Now because I'm a programmer, okay. I don't have that other job. But anyway. I just got paid today, so it was a pretty happy day. So even though there's something really minorly really bad happened, which is for some reason I have one foldable umbrella, right? And then the thing that was supposed to tie the umbrella, it's just gone. So yeah, that is a minor inconvenience, but I just got paid, so instead to kind of cheer myself up, I went to Five Guys. And have you ever eaten a burger after that? You really enjoy the burger, but you don't really remember why do you like the burger, but you just remember that after you eat that, you just felt happy. It's a nondescript happiness. It doesn't come from a specific thing. You just feel happy.
Sorry, I haven't got a real job yet, so I can't feel that.
Is it just a depression? So you're saying that just stems from my depression? My god. Although I mean this week, this week I've been doing a good job if I saw myself. Now I mean I've been going to the uni because if I stay at home, pretty much same with you because it's getting colder. Really feels really hard to stay up. Whenever I woke up, it feels okay, I have a headache. So yeah, let's see. Maybe if I sleep enough, this will go. It didn't go, so in the end, I just forced myself. Even though the first day I went to the uni, since my work time is flexible anyway, I don't have to go to the uni 8 a.m. So I woke up at 1, but yeah, fuck it. I'll just go to the uni.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I stayed until 9, and I guess I did a good amount of work. Although again, with most of the thing I did in this line of work, it can feel a little bit discouraging because you did lots of things in the background, but once you finish everything, you package it, and then okay, damn, this feels like that much effort for so little thing you made. Which is why I don't know why my kind of my hobby is also to do YouTube, because you script for a long time. You script for some time, you record for some time, and then you edit for some time, and then all that is amount to is a 2 minutes video, and then
oh my god.
But this is
don't talk about that.
Yeah. But this is my best piece of work.
Yesterday, I recorded my video, and when I was editing, I was I really already used the filter already. Why does this sound pretty bad? It's not unaudible, but it's not the best audio out there. And now that I was setting up just now for my mic, I realized it's because I haven't changed the input.
Always. My god. Now that you say that, I am being a little bit paranoid. Thank goodness my input is my fancy microphone.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna really record anything, so blah, blah.
Yeah.
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 My goodness, but yeah, fancy microphones just how to say, like, motivate you to make more content supposedly. But after I had a conversation with my non YouTuber friend yesterday, like non YouTuber colleague, like since we are both graduating, so Gasi is also a master student and is going to graduate in this semester as well, like I do. Like, of course, since we don't have like an employment after we graduate yet, so it was like, yeah, we were talking like, what if, like, the plan Z, like, what if our transition would not be that smooth? And then he said to me, like, to consider, like, okay, in the worst scenario, like, you would hopefully not need to do this, but like, if you really have to liquidate all your assets, can you? And how much will you get? And then I just realized one of my assets is this microphone that I'm using right now, which is supposed to give me maybe 50 or 60, since I still think it's a pretty nice microphone. But the problem is, when I first installed it, I did by mistake made some scratch on the body. So as it's not going to, it's probably going to worthless now. My God. If I absolutely have to, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. Yeah. But yeah, it made me think, like, sometimes it is probably, like, if we can afford it, sometimes maybe that is in the end why it's going to be better if you buy something that is a little bit more recognizable. Because like, if shit hits the fan, then you can basically just let everything go, and you probably can stay afloat for a while, and hopefully after that, eventually you can buy it again. And yeah, if you then did not really go that far, but you can kind of like afford like the second-hand one, probably you can then say like take it from someone who was in your position before, and you can get something that is pretty much the same with what you used before. But yeah, let's not get too deep into that. Let's hope that doesn't have to happen. My God, I was about to it was about to get really depressing.
Inhales.
Breathe.
Yeah. Breathe out.
Yeah. Let's talk about the more happy things, like the like the new extras. Yeah. New extras. Oh my goodness, what is that? What is that noise?
Yeah, your window just keep making noises, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not my Windows. I just realized I forgot to turn off the notification sound in my phone, and then my Outlook kept on giving me messages because my supervisor is like setting up the schedule for next week, and it's sending me email like, okay, your supervisor has invited you for a meeting on this day, and then like, because he set it for like all 4 days in the next week, they just notified me like 4 times.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the cards, like. But where do we start? Like, I think the best one for me, the best one as in the term of, especially in the terms of flexibility, it's probably for me is Lyrica, the Mermaid Princess. So when she is summoned, you may place a Nexus card from your hand without paying its cost. I think like this is probably why they banned Netherworld thefts, but even without thefts, I think it's still pretty nice, since you basically on your second or third turn, even if you play it off color, you can just summon her, place one Nexus. So basically you have one body to block, and then you have one Nexus that can do something. And
Yeah,
even
blue white does sounds more viable now with that card. But the one that like actually had my focus on is Mandala himself.
yeah.
I was hoping that they wouldn't release something like that, but at the end they did. So
Yeah.
what can I say?
Castle Golem.
Yes, we have a new Castle Golem in the house.
Yeah.
And it's not something I wish for, because like now white deck has one more win condition. Especially against Mirror. Yeah, because it means now they don't have to go into timeout. Like they can just raise, like maybe like they stall long enough, and then like when one side has only 12 cards left, slam a Mandala in, and then like GG.
GG. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do not wish to see that. Like and also because like it's a summon effect. So I think currently there actually isn't any card that can stop that. Cause even Eternal Shield is a flash effect.
My god. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
And yeah, and like all the bursts activate after the summon event, so it's not gonna help either.
Yeah. At least not the first Mandala.
Not the
If,
first
but if
one,
they
yeah.
only did one Mandala, that is also a problem.
I mean, there should be one should be enough in that.
Yeah.
Maybe two, I guess.
Well, then now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White blue is gonna be
Scary. Especially since you cannot go over 60. Like in BS, like if it's really that annoying, you can just play 100 card deck if you have to. Now you cannot escape that.
yeah. Yeah, and also like for decks like purple is I guess it's gonna be a lot tougher to play now. Yeah, like purple might actually go up the meta with kind of just like the blue cards controlling everything. I might switch to blue.
Yeah. But yeah, it also gave me hope. Like again, and with also with yellow, sometimes you can kind of like survive for a long time, and then your opponent, and then you ran out of gas. So it's like your opponent still cannot die, and then you kind of like ran out of things to attack too. So I can kind of like Now I have like 5 Nexus. I'll just summon Mandala.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. Like Mandala just like became the kind of universal win condition for a lot of like the slow decks. I mean, to be fair, I haven't even considered it in purple. Especially since I have Impaler Forest. Like if I need it, like if I don't need it early, just dump it away, and then just like when they're getting low on deck counts, let me take it back.
Yeah, actually, that is not a bad consideration, especially since green also. They don't really continue. They don't really continue the hand destruction thing yet, but at least like we know that most people would probably be tempted to bring Mash Tarantula, especially in casual play. So yeah. So basically, like, okay, so you have to discard something. I will discard the Mandala without an ounce of without any ounce of remorse. My goodness. But yeah, speaking of yellow, also I really like Genbu. The 10 Millennia Turtle.
Genbu is really good. Yeah, I like Genbu. Like, I think it's like what Fable Beast actually needed. Like, to be fair, like Fable Beasts or like yellow in general, they can stall the turn. The problem is that they don't have a way to get through other stall decks because it's just a huge wall and they can't remove it. That's the thing. So like with Genbu, like you don't have to rely on just Joker anymore, and like you're basically guaranteed to be able to activate it. every
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's gonna be useful most of the time. Like like let's like the argument of like, oh, the opponent might have a vanilla spirit. Like, let's be honest. If they're using a vanilla spirit, did you even need Genbu in the first place? Because like if they're using a vanilla spirit, it means it's a rush deck
Mm-mm.
slash tempo.
Mm-mm.
And in that case, first of all, they're not gonna have anything to block anyway because they're gonna be attacking. And second of all, if you could even survive until that part of summoning Genbu, well, you're amazing.
Uh-uh. I know, right? Like
Yeah, so
nothing, like nothing that Exhaust Nexus cannot get out anyway.
Yeah, so Genbu is like mostly like a solution if against white or yellow mirror, basically. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a nice card. It has quite some decent stats. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, the effect in general is like really good. Like, yeah, like especially the level 2 one. You can basically what you can do is that you attack with the one that can't be blocked first, and then you attack with the small guys. And like, you know, if you have a large enough board, at one point they have to block.
Yes.
So if you do that, then you just restand the unblockable guy, just attack again, you know, stuff like that.
Yes.
So like it's a very good and like it's a very solid end game. Like you can see what you're gonna do with it. Like like unlike who was that?
Behemoth.
Behemoth. It's Behemoth and
Who's Behemoth?
and
Who
Yin
Behemoth?
as well. Actually, yeah, because like Behemoth, you have to attack with self first. So like most of the time, it's like you basically only use it one time. Yeah, and not to mention they can just block that ice shield. You're
Yes.
dead. and obviously they can also level down the spirits, and like that would make Behemoth useless again. And then Lin just need a really large board to make himself unblockable. And like you don't even have that many good cost 2 for the deck. Like at most you put like what 4 turtles. Right now maybe 4 rabbit as well. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you would play Panton, but like now that Fable Beast is kind of like in some sense a lot more refined. I would argue that you don't even need Panton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Because
yeah.
because like I think most of the time like you have enough cores to use the magic anyway.
True.
Yeah. Like Panton, like most of the time actually just stands there, and doesn't really do much. I mean, in the past, it is a 4,000 at best, so it can get all around quite a lot of stuff. But like with Set 3 coming in, you have Ritual Fire, which can destroy 4k or less. And obviously you have a lot more other red spirits that can also destroy 4k or less. Stuff like that. So I don't think Panton is like a must in the deck. Like I'm not saying it's bad for the deck. If you have use for it, go ahead. But like now that Fable Beast is like so much more refined with its own family, you might actually be able to build a pure Fable Beast deck.
Yeah. I mean, like even now that you mention it, also like in the past, what Pantan is best, I think it's also more about the status, cause like to reach like the level 3, which is 4k, it's really easy. But yeah, now it's more like just it's becoming less special, but it is still an option.
Yeah, and like obviously you also have Cheshire Cat now.
Oh.
I mean, I know that like people are just gonna throw me the argument. Oh, you're gonna activate Star Blast Draw. I mean, you got a lot. I mean, true, but like it's another option. It's another option.
Oh, it's a fabled beast.
Yeah. Cheshire Cat is a Fable Beast.
My God.
A cost 2 as well. So like including the law set, we actually have a maximum of 8 more cost 2 Fable Beast. So
I can finally throw away the turtle. Thank God.
No, you will still want to keep a turtle. You still want to keep the turtle, I would say.
Oh yeah, I mean like we have more now.
Because like we didn't want the turtle before because it was that was basically just half Fable Beast. But now if you like you make it full, then like the turtle will be a lot more useful. But yeah, back to Cheshire Cat. I mean, if you're running Fable Beast, you're gonna have turtle anyway. So like, so I think at the end you're not gonna avoid triggering the summon burst. So yeah, I think you might as well throw another Fable Beast in there. Yeah. So and it helps with Paradise. It helps with your next magic card. I mean, to be fair, the function is the same as Pantheon anyway. So like, if you get your timing right, I mean, just maybe summon on the turn that you're gonna use a magic card. That works. Yeah. And yeah. So you like, as I said, like nothing is absolute, but like just saying, you get a lot more options now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to build a Fable Beast cost 2 rush as well. Do the funny.
Funny.
Do the funny.
And then I finally bring Raphael. My God. But yeah.
Raphael is just so bad. It's so high cost for its own deck. Like, I really don't have enough calls because I'm spreading my board wide, and now you're telling me I have to pay minimum 4 calls for this shit.
Yeah. We will see. But yeah, Kenbu super nice. Especially I also really like the art as well. Can't wait for the SPR if it got one. Hopefully it's going to get one, right?
To be fair, I feel like it's gonna be the Queen getting one. Not gonna lie.
God damn it. Oh yeah. But yeah, since they are really trying to push like the concept of the sanctuary and the Queen is the guardian of the sanctuary, it made sense.
Probably the X-Rares with the sanctuary will get the SPR. Yeah, makes sense.
That is a little bit disconcerting.
I mean, you're gonna get an alternative artwork for Pro Tour anyway.
True.
If you're going to that one.
Yeah, I have to get at least top 8, I think, in the Grand Open if I want to go to the US. Let's try that first. Or I have to get the job. Or else I will basically just spend all the prize money on getting the visa and I cannot buy the ticket. So it's like, it's not going to work. Why is my passport so weak? I need to find a German wife now and then get a German citizenship. But yeah, that's always the dilemma, right? Because
a German husband also works.
Yeah, true. German spouse. Basically, I need a spouse visa. Yeah, but yeah, the only problem would be like I need to renounce my Indonesian citizenship. So I am not sure if I am going to be ready for that. It's mostly like an emotional thing, but yeah, we'll see if I am willing to betray the country I swore my loyalty to just so I can travel to the US more easier.
Well, I'm never swore my loyalty to my own place, so I'm good with that.
Yours is okay. Let's not get into that. The next one that I am actually quite interested in is actually the Sleepless Guardian Frost Tiger. Because it kind of in spirit, it kind of reminds me from my days playing the Artemis machine base back then in BS40.
Yeah, the style does look very similar. Jun Yamaguchi, let's have a look.
Oh, what if he actually the one who drew elk?
I won't be surprised, to be fair. Okay, so I think they switch around. So in Japanese, with Yamaguchi Jun.
Just fair.
Yeah.
Then the part where at the start of your attack step, you can choose one of your spirit attacks when the spirit blocks effect for each of your Diamond Sanctuary, and then they cannot be blocked by a spirit that is cost 6 or fewer. So apart from the symbol addition that Artemis did, since the Diamond Sanctuary are also cost 2 Nexus, It feels pretty similar in it. And yeah.
Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, true. Actually, yeah. Now you mention it.
Yeah, and then during opponent attack step, the spirit can block your opponent's spirit without a soul core on them. So it kind of, although not the same effect, but it kind of brings back the, how to say, like the defensive prowess that Glorious Ship offers. Like all of course they work differently, but also like why the Artemis machine base was really dangerous is also because on top of Artemis offering the unblockable, like Glorious Ship also offers like a really big defense on top of that as well. So yeah, I really like it for that reason. Also like when the spirit block, it gains 1000 during this turn, which doesn't sound like much, but this is a permanent effect. So every time it blocks, it's going to gain the 1000. It's going to block the 1000. So it's like by the 5th block, it's going to be 14,000. Don't know if it's going to be important, but it can be something.
I mean, why would you even do that? If they know you're gonna block exhausted anyway, they're not going to attack.
But who knows? Like maybe we get something.
I mean, even they do this because they're gonna gain some benefit from it, and like they're not gonna care. You have the BP there.
But yeah, but the point is, I want to, I want to block them. Just want you all.
You can use Turbo Rex. That's the thing.
Yeah, true. So basically, use Turbo Rex, beat the smaller ones, and then now the bigger ones that are supposed to kill Frost Tiger is now not big enough to kill Frost Tiger.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Now that we are done with the mental gymnastic, like the one that is, I still don't know whether it will be good or not, but I really like the concept of as a Colosseum Golem. And like
that thing, I mean, the art looks cool, that's for sure. But
yeah, that's for sure.
Is this useful? I don't think so.
But it sounds fun.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean like my biggest my, how to say, like why I like it the most is mostly just because it sounds fun. Like you can exhaust one nexus. You can exhaust any nexus, so basically you can just build blue white, and then you can just use when the token attacks, you can just use regain on Colosseum Golem, attack again, produce another token, attack with the token, regain, produce another token.
I guess that works, yeah, but like you need a lot of calls for that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, you need a lot of setup. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, that is why it's fun deck, right? it's basically like my Void Lord deck.
I can see it trying to be a temple deck for the golems, which is not impossible, I guess. But
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean like at the later stage of the game, I think like if you can get him to level 2, at the later stage, like you get him to level 2, you attack, create a golem at 10,000, he's at 11, so I guess even if your opponent blocks, like most of the blockers will be gone, except if they are fun attack elk. I think that is good enough for fun decks, but yeah, we will see how strong he is.
I mean, not really. I mean, depends on like, because especially since they also have Nessus protection and recycling as well, it's not actually not that hard to like build up like a Nessus control deck, and then just use the golems to temple.
True. And then there's the Cthulhu shard.
Especially since we also have like Rammer Golem from the starter deck. So you attack, exhaust one Nessus, summon a token, also destroy a cost warless.
True. Now you made me actually want to build him. Because I really like the art. It's like the art is like the best. I think in this set, I think the best art for me is Colosseum Golem. Second is Genbu.
Very familiar style as well. Who is it? Oh, Shosuke, of course.
Of course.
Of course, it's Shosuke.
Of course. I think he drew Butt as well, right?
Yes.
So the bad
the
series.
whole line, of bats, the whole evolution line.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so scared. Like, I couldn't recognize it on first sight because it's not purple. But if it's like purple spirit, I would recognize immediately it's from Sasuke. But like yeah, you can recognize it by usually looking at the eyes. That's like kind of the signature expression for Sasuke arts. Yeah.
My God, I can unsee it now. Now he really looks like short, but
Yeah, it looks like they all look like Gundam. That's the thing. Like the expressions really look like Gundam. And then like he has this very clear shading style. Basically, like use I think some art like I'm not sure if there's an example at all. Oh, actually, Mandala is a good example. I would say, like you can see that kind of like the shading. It fades, so that you know it's like light, and then you have a gradient down to like a darker tone, etc. But like if you look at Colosseum Golem, it's very precise. Like it has outlines, and then you know this part is light, this part is dark. Yeah. It has very specific outlines, very separated shading. That's kind of the style of Shosuke. Bitch, I did art in GCSE.
oh my God. You actually have the qualification for that. My goodness.
Like,
I don't have, yeah. Too bad I don't do that.
I don't think I've told you, or at least on the podcast before, but I used to. Oh, actually, no, I did. I think that was the time with Cubia. But like, I used to want to be an illustrator, but then I practiced for so long and I still couldn't get any better. So it's like, fuck this. If I can't be the illustrator of a light novel, I'll be the writer of the light novel, and that's where I am right now.
You know what? I'm also like that, but from when I was way smaller, like I gave up way faster than you did. I think I was in the kindergarten. I was making like I was obsessed with Power Rangers, and I wanted to make like a fanfic comic of Power Ranger, and then I eventually wanted to make like a comic inspired by Power Rangers, but I realized I can't draw, and then I started to move to like, okay, so what other medium I can look into? And then at that time I don't like to read novel like at all, but I kind of wanted to be a novelist.
Right.
And yeah, I think like if we trace it back, like that is how I eventually became a software engineer. Like in the end, I strip away the creativity like one step at a time, and then now I am. Now I've stripped everything. I stripped the humanity out of it.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, like I've been doing art since literally kindergarten, elementary school, primary school, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I did learn Western painting, and then I learned watercolor, like kind of the basic stuff, and then also Chinese ink painting or drawing. I don't know how you really actually call that. I also learned calligraphy. Is that how you say it? Calligraphy?
Calligraphy.
Yeah, because it's kind of like practice passed down from my mother's side grandfather, because his job, like, I'm not sure if it happens in the. I think it happens in the. Basically, you know, back in the days, people like there's still a lot of people who can't read or write. So like they would hire someone to write letters for them.
Yeah.
And so my grandpa had that job. Like he would like it's a very common occurrence in Hong Kong, but like you basically sit on the street, and then like people will come to you and ask you letters for them, and then like during Chinese New Year, my grandpa will also write those. I don't know how you call it in English. 揮春. How do you?
Yeah. You are asking the wrong person.
Yeah, I know. But like it's like how in Chinese New Year you have like words on wrap paper. Just hanging on the wall and everything like that. Like my grandpa made those.
Damn. Yeah, I kind of remember that about those occupations like in some online news like some years back. Damn, I actually met someone who is related to someone who actually did that. This feels trippy. My
So
goodness.
yeah, so my mom really liked calligraphy, so she learned that. And well, I mean, to be fair, if you're studying in Hong Kong, they would basically force you to learn that as well, actually. But obviously, specifically for me, my mom also kind of made me learn how to do that. I can still barely remember.
What?
Like I can barely remember like how to write them, but like not very well, obviously. And now that I mention it, I want to do that again. To be fair,
yeah, I kind of wanted to do like calligraphy as well. It just feels cool. Don't know. It just feels like one of the traditional thing that I just find cool. Like especially since
I'll see if I can get some material and we can do someone when I
yeah,
came over.
maybe we can do like a special kind of thing, like a refresh step special where we challenge ourselves to learn calligraphy for one day. And then like we can up the ante, like first we do like Chinese and Japanese calligraphy, which is probably going to be pretty similar, and then like try to do calligraphy in other languages as well, because like when I was in elementary, like for the first 2 years of elementary, I needed to learn like Japanese.
Yeah.
So I need to learn the Japanese letters, and then like at the 3rd grade, I moved to another school which asked me to learn Mandarin instead, and that's where I got my mental breakdown, and in the end I spoke Japanese better than my Chinese. But yeah, that happens. But I guess it's more like because my family has been pretty much removed from the Chinese culture, so we don't speak like Mandarin like at all. So there's barely any need for me to speak Mandarin or Hokkien. Because my dad is Hokkien. Yeah, I'm Hokkien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like it's yeah, I mean like it's something. But yeah, back to BSS. Don't know why. But yeah, I guess like most of the blue except for Colosseum Golem, they feel like it is somewhat good of color, except Cthulhu Shark, it's a little bit unquestionable, but I've been
so scared, by the way.
Cthulhu Shark. Oh, oh my god, now I can unsee the eyes. It's actually the same eyes. My god.
But yeah, Cool Shark is an interesting one. Can see
Oh wait, your voice is breaking.
what?
Yeah, it's okay now. Okay, so continue about Cthulhu Shark.
No, I'm just saying I can see people just splashing 1 or 2. And yeah.
But
Yeah,
what
some
what nexus? Yeah.
Additional summon causing but destroying of blue nexuses. Ooh. Okay, maybe half blue decks, but
Yeah.
And so well, no, it depends. Cause Seabed Lighthouse, I can see people splashing it everywhere. Like I look back for the videos for the English battle spirits back in their days. We had a similar card. And like I could see people using it every day. So yeah, so there's that.
Oh yeah,
especially since at that time there still wasn't burst. So if you put this out, you basically lock your opponent from using Silent War. Yeah.
Oh.
Or Blizzard War for that matter, I guess. But yeah, probably less useful in Saga just because like burst exists, but like I suppose sometimes you still want to avoid stuff like Burning Force or like Core Fat. So it is something. It is something, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You mean the Seabed Lighthouse? Yeah.
Yeah, the Seabed Lighthouse, yeah.
Yeah. I see. Very good.
Very good. Yes.
But yeah.
You're
Who
back with a cut network.
who would have thought? I was like, why is Ayumu not replying? And then okay, it was not his problem. It was my problem.
Yeah, I actually thought it was my problem considering of how many times I've got my network off during the podcast, but this time it actually feels side.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we were talking about Saga, but then while Theo was gone, like some friends were discussing with me about Castle Golem from the Japanese game. And it was a very random question. He basically asked, so the weapon on Castle Golem, is it a spear, a lance, or javelin? And then like I've done this before because like a little bit of sneak peek, like even though I don't know when will I release that, but I'm basically writing a Saga fanfiction, and one of the characters is based on Camelot Knight basically. So I did this research before because I need to write about how she fights. So yeah, so I had to search up like how to use lance and everything like that. But like nothing came up, so I found it weird because like so I did my research, and so like the lance, the heavy lance, which is the one that you will see on Castle Golem and Camelot Knight, are only used by mounted warriors, so the ones riding on horses, because usually they're too heavy for you to actually carry with just your hands. So like even on the horse, like you will see them like so cool a lot of times, just like holding one hand on the side. But what actually happened is that the lance is locked to the waist so that it doesn't fall off, and then it's just like supported with one arm. Yeah, that's how they use the heavy lance. So like realistically, you will never be able to use the lance without riding a horse because it will be too heavy for you to swing. Yeah. And so like he was, and then like one of us like C4 was like, I think it's neither is something I can't remember the name of, and I was just like, no, it's a lance for that matter. Like more, it's just that modern designs. It's not just battle spirits, but like if you like look up like all the games about like melee weapons, like somehow like you will see a character. It's literally just a normal knight and infantry basically, who was like somehow holding a shield on his left hand and a lance on the right hand. That's actually the wrong portrayal of using a lance, or at least heavy lance. Like we have lighter lance, which but what we usually call those spear, for that matter. Yeah. So like, and like it's actually a wrong portrayal of the lance. Yeah, and like I was just like just now, like we paused for a while, also because I was basically asking my friend to confirm that because he actually studies about medieval history. Like he's doing his PhD on medieval history and writing a whole
dissertation.
research. Yeah, on medieval Christianity as well, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since the last topic with him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he has PhD, so he has to be really specific about the problem that he is talking, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. But yeah, that was what I was on about. I have some very interesting friends around me. Like I suppose that's one perk of going to university. Is that it's just that you know a lot of people who's like on different fields of research. So like if you ever have a biology problem, ask a biology student. Oh, I got a problem with medieval history. Ask a history student. Oh, I want to ask something about music. Ask a music student. I know of them.
That is interesting because like most of my friends outside of computer science, because my uni is really heavy on computer science. Like most of my friends who are not in computer science are in hotel management. So the best perks that I actually got from them is they have like this hospitality lab. So it's basically a restaurant. But basically, if you wanted to go to that restaurant when the chef class is like basically that's a class for both people who wants to be chef and they're cooking on the back, and then there are people who wants to be like the hospitality guy, so like the one who becomes the waitress and then the host for the events and such. So that is usually like an invite only. So if you have someone, they can invite you like as their kind of like the auditor kind of thing. So you kind of have to go there and then kind of like, okay, so here, how is your experience today? What they can do better. So basically you give for the exchange of the feedback, you can basically get a nice dinner. And they have like a copy. And basically, speaking of lab, the other interesting thing about the the hospitality, like the hotel management major in my university, like as a lab, they have like a complete replica of the Sheraton hotel in my university. Well, maybe not Sheraton, but it's like some kind of fancy hotel. I don't remember which one, but let's say it's Sheraton. So basically, they have like a copy of a 5-star hotel in our university. Too bad you can't stay there. But of course. Yeah, the good old days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of fancy stuff at our university. It's still a pretty spacious area for what it is. Well, not as big as the other ones. Like, as a university, to be fair, you can kind of consider it as pretty small because it is within the town center. But then, like, you have universities that literally owns the whole mountain. Yeah. Well, not like mountain range, but like the whole hill. Let's say it that way. But like like from the bottom to the top, back to the bottom on the other side, it's all theirs. Yeah, we have a university like that in Hong Kong, and like you would literally have to travel between campus by bus.
My God.
Yeah. My mom told me how once she like for some reason she had like a kind of a PE lesson, even though it was in university. Maybe because she was studying nursing or something like that. But yeah, and then so apparently there was like 2 sports hall, like one at the bottom of the hill and one at the top of the hill.
That's fucked up.
And then like she went to the wrong one and apparently she had to run back.
Fucking hell. That sounds painful.
Yeah,
God.
things like that do happen, I guess. Yeah, like it was an amazing place, very quiet place as well. I love it there.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Usually during Christmas, because they have Christmas dinner every year, and like they would also invite alumni to join. And since my mom is an alumni, alumni, actually, I don't know how you pronounce that.
Alumni.
Yeah, alumni. Yeah, so like she would just like take us, the whole family, to the Christmas dinner every year, literally every year, until I start studying in the UK. So yeah,
that's a nice story. We can I kind of got reminded that my university, like if one day I can bring you to my uni just for fun, just for to take a walk.
Oh, I mean, that would be nice. I mean, to be fair, like the environments of universities are generally pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I mean like the one in Germany,
like,
very good.
In this like the environments which you want a park to be physically.
Yeah, because like the fun thing about my university is like you go out. So we have like a specific train station called the Dortmund University train station. You go out of that train station and then you will see the Grand Library of the Technical University of Dortmund, which is not my university, by the way. So basically, you go there and then you will see like all this huge building that are owned by the Technical University of Dortmund. And then you go right, and then you see like a small building, and you can see the institution that I belong to, as I am both a student and an employee there apparently. Currently, the University of Applied Science Dortmund. I mean, like, yeah, it is one of the nicest, the nicer campus, because they have several. Thankfully, they have other campus in other locations as well. Like one of them is pretty much in the town. So yeah. So this one is the one that is like, yeah, basically out of town kind of thing. So basically all the, how to say, like all the views are really fresh. Like there's lots of greenery. So it's really nice. But the funny part is like, we always went to this, my German class is always in this other building that they rented. So it's basically like just a function hall, but I don't know why, but I don't know if they just simply didn't have enough room or something, but like they just always rented like room in this building for some of our classes. And then like whenever I walk to this building, I can see from afar the Signal Iduna Park, which is the stadium for the Borussia Dortmund football team. So, but I am not into football like almost at all. But like some of my friends are really into football, right? So
yeah,
when they ask me to bring me, when they like say that they want to go there, I was like, why don't we why don't we go alight at my university, and then we can take a walk there because it's visible from my uni. So it should not be that far, right?
Yeah.
We walked there for like I think almost 2 hours.
Bruh.
And the road was also mountainous, so yeah, it was really, since we are not really two of us are not really sport people, so yeah, it was pretty exhausting.
You literally just lost their trust.
Yeah. And then you want to know what's the worst part is, like there is a Signal Iduna tram stop. So like we could have taken the tram and we could have saved lots of energy, so yeah.
Bruh.
I think the only saving grace is the stadium tour was open at that and on that day, so they got to see the stadium as well. So I think they probably would not be too angry about the whole ordeal. My goodness.
Oh god.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk there again. But yeah, like even if like any of my friends want me to bring me there, yeah, well, just take the tram. Fuck walking. No. I mean, like it's not fuck walking, but walking there is fine. But I was literally hiking there.
Ew.
Like I'm okay hiking, but it's like I just wanted to bring my friends to a stadium. Why do I need to hike to do that? If I hike, I wanted it to end in a session where we sit down beside the lake and eat like a cup noodle or something, like a warm cup noodle.
Yeah, reminds you of the time when camping. Like, if you go hiking, like, I do say I enjoy the process of doing so, but like, obviously, it's still very exhausting. So like, it will come to the point where you will enjoy, like the way we ate lunch. It's like, cause like we had to be space efficient as well, so we can't bring a lot of food.
Yeah.
So we got kind of the naan bread kind of thing. And then we literally open a can of spam, scoop it out, wrap it around it with the naan bread, and just eat it like that. And it was like, this is godly.
But yeah.
And then what's for dinner? Just instant noodles.
Damn, that sounds like the perfect dinner though.
Yeah. Instant noodles with spam. You like, if you go hiking, always bring your spam. I'm not even joking. It's such a good food actually.
Oh yeah, Exactly, especially like the Chinese brands.
Yeah, exactly. Because like my group was all Chinese, so yeah,
Yeah, you got the good stuff.
I got the good stuff, and I got the good people as well. Because like I mentioned this before, like how our coach tricked us by saying, "Oh, it's fine. It's not that cold at night. You don't have to wear that much." Oh, he was right, and like, I was very fortunate that both my friends were relatively large, so I slept in the middle, and I kind of got sandwiched by them. I was like, this is warm.
My God, if only. But yeah, now that we are talking about hiking and everything, kind of brings my attention back to Black Huntsman Shed and Jaeger, because Jaeger means hunter and hunter hikes, probably.
Kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be what you think. But yeah, I just love it. How like the Japanese. I mean, let's be honest. This is not about the Japanese. Just like love the word Jaeger.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can never get it off my head after I watched Attack on Titan. And then I somehow, whenever it's something about hunter, they just love to use the word Jaeger.
I know, right? And especially also like since we had got the nexus that basically bring Galut into the map even in modern BS. Like the one where if you summon something with a kill, then you basically get core equal to the number of the kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with 3, if you can set up your field at 3 costs, you got 2 cores back. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you manage to set up multiple highlands, that's even better.
Ooh.
like in your Gale deck, you always max out your highlands, I would say.
Yeah.
Like the value you get from it is immense.
You do that and then you just hardcast your Star Blast draw. Haha, now I have hands.
Yeah, I actually really love the effect as well. I can see why they don't want to give green any draws, but like at the same time, they literally have everything to function except for draws. Like, yeah. But yeah, like especially like how essentially like there's so many ways for Jaeger to refresh. You know, either you make the others to take life, or when they draw. Like I can see why Netherworld is banned. Because this card is literally a direct counter to Netherworld Depth.
Imagine, right? Like you have 5 cores, like at least 5 cores on it. Like, what do you want to do with it?
No. But like, here's the thing. Yeah, like 10K. I mean, even in white, like not a lot of things will reach 10K. So, if yeah, and especially since this set they give Emerald Sanctuary as well, or like just all kind of stuff that buff BP. So essentially, you can always just put like 1 copy of Jaeger in your deck, and then if your opponent is playing Netherworld Depths, and like, okay, I'll play this, I'll buff his BP, attack. Oh, you have to draw, refresh. Attack. You have to draw, refresh.
My God.
Yeah, so you're basically forcing them to use Ice Shield every turn, and then or even worse, if they only have suppression and an axe biter, then just keep attacking. You have to draw.
You basically just ask your opponent, so I want you to choose how you want to die.
Basically, yeah, like you're basically forcing them to draw into the Ice Shield. Well, and then to use it, obviously, but then like, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you splash an iceberg.
Oh God. Yeah. Exactly. Like, Yeah, I'm pretty sure this set was designed while Netherworld depth is still in mind. Why do they even allow this?
I know, right? My God, I mean, like, not even with TAFSCon, like, we still have some, like, we still my God, I don't know why this is bad. Like, I can't do this with my beloved Plus Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
Cathedral. My God.
Yeah, Blast Video, yeah.
No, my lovely Plus Cathedral.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, Blast Video is fine. You're basically forced to take one life.
True.
And like, yeah, or like, when you block, just self-destroy your spirit. That also work, But like, it's especially against the Netherworld depth. Like, this card is broken.
True. Like, if they, as you said, like, if their only way out is like infinite blocking. What the?
I mean, they do have their way out if they have Rocket City as well, because the BP plus stacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's a case of like, it's not like you don't have a way out, but it's not actually a good solution,
True.
Yeah, but like talking about that, like, I can see why like kind of Bandai kind of overdone a lot of the stuff, because like, even if they had 15 years of history on making the game, the problem is that they started off in different directions. So the English Battle Spirits, or like just like Battle Spirits in general, started off to be a really aggro meta. Like, to the point where there's no reason for you to use Netherworld depths. I mean, their version of Netherworld depths. It's basically the same thing, just different name. Because by that point you would die. Yeah. So and also obviously at that time they also had Buster Spear, which is like a 3 cost minimum 1 cost destroy Nessus effect magic card. Yeah. So like at that time, like, you wouldn't want to play control at all, because like you would literally just get aggro early game and you would just die. But Saga decided to work in the opposite way. Like, they want the game in general to be a control meta, because they don't want games to end that quickly, basically. So like a lot of the things that would have been fine in the original Battle Spirits would not be fine here, because they are catered to this meta. And that's why things like Netherworld Depths has become very broken. That's why they overdid X-Fighter, because they literally don't want any aggro. Like, at least not like being dominated by aggro. So like, they put X-Fighter, and then like they literally, print all those suppression infinity shield. Like, to be fair, even without X-Fighter, I don't know why they would want to do that. But but yeah. So like, this is what happened. Yeah, and but then like, and like that's also the main reason why I would say why green just like looks so subpar, because well, besides yellow just being their own weird stuff, because they always have an identity crisis. Green is it's just a very aggro color. And then so like and like the Japanese game has proved how broken it was to give it any kind of draws, or even BP plus for that matter. So so like that's why they kind of nerf it so hard in Saga. Obviously, I don't agree with them, but like, it's just like I can see where they're coming from. Yeah. So like it's kind of they're kind of hinting that like with green, they expect you to mix other colors, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah. Like I don't think they're supposed to expect you to use as a pure color. They expect you to mix with red or like blue. Because like they know, I think the devs know that at the end, people are just gonna mix the color up. Like you look at red, green, you look at blue, green, you look at green good stuff itself. It's literally still dominating the Japanese meta. So like the devs know, yeah, you fuckers are gonna do that eventually anyway. So I think like at like now that they're designing Saga, like at the very start, I think that intention is that green needs the other colors to work. That's what I think. But yeah, yeah, because like if eventually we're going down that way anyway, you
Why
might
not
as well
start now? Might as well start now.
you might as well cater the color to that direction so that you won't end up in the situation where it's broken its own color and it's also broken with the other colors. Yeah.
So just let people know, like build their expectation in the right direction.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I would say so, yeah. But yellow, like I've been recently talking a lot of times, Michaela just doesn't exist. Like I understand she's kind of an icon for the yellow color in general, but she's too early for this game. Like I think something like Ambrose would have been so much better. Like on attack, you can use the magic for without paying the cost once. That's it. But don't do it like all the time. You like, especially with how it basically goes into a loop because like, I think what Bandai is thinking is that okay, yeah, we'll allow Michaela to use magic for free so that the deck can control with magic. This is not how it works, especially when they don't even have a good draw engine. So basically, people are forced, like Luster players are forced to go back to the state of where yes, they can control with magic, but they still have to pay the cost. It doesn't make a difference, and like Michaela doesn't even make a good late game piece. Because like it's gonna take so many cards to even manage one attack. So like Michaela as a concept, it's just an error. Basically, she shouldn't be here this early, because like for being here this early, the yellow color began to be very restricted because she exists. The other colors, the magic cards from the other colors, are also very restricted because she exists. And any potential cards in the future are going to be restricted because she exists.
This has turned into a difficult situation.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like you can literally see that with was it Regain? Yes.
Yeah. My favorite
like,
magic.
Yeah, because like I mean, I suppose with how they design it now, in some sense, like directly refreshing the spirit would be broken anyway. But I feel like they made Regain as how it is now because of Michaela.
Yeah.
Because with Michaela, you're basically refreshing your spirit for free on every attack, making an infinite attack.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you pick it back up with Luster in case you don't get what I mean. But like in the original Battle Spirits again, and like especially if you consider it was a very aggro meta, they had White Potion. It had the same cost, same reduction, and refresh any one of your spirits. That didn't go wild.
let that sink in for a while.
yeah. No one used that. Like even when, I mean, obviously at that time, I suppose there were even more broken stuff. But like that's the thing. Like Michaela was part. Like I'm basically giving an example of how the existence of Michaela basically nerfed a lot of the magic cards. And like I look at the yellow magic cards in Set 3 and I'm just so pissed. especially discontinue. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, who would ever think that like when they're building a deck that's like, oh yeah, I really need the plus 2k, and like it would be so much better if I can pick it up when it got milled as well. It's like it doesn't even stop the mill. You just be able to pick it up and then plus 2k. Okay. And it's not even one cost, it's 3 minus 1. Like I might as well use the gingerbread man magic from the expansion set. That's plus 2k, and it gives me 1 draw.
And it's only cost 1.
Exactly. Why do I want to use this?
No, that is a bug. Probably a feature in the future. What the bug for now?
Like oh my god, like in set 2, magic mirrors still kind of makes sense. Like it kind of acts as like what's the word? I'm not gonna use the word protection, but like it's like I can't remember the word, but like it does like prevent any potential effects that's gonna affect your spirits. So like a precaution, that's the word. Yeah. It works as a precaution. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I still ask what the fuck, because literally no one used it, even the original game. So why the fuck did they think that was a good card? But this one, I can literally think of no use for it. Why? If I want to do infinite plus 2k, I would have just used Topaz Radiance and Glimmer of Hope. I can do that. But how many BP do I even have to add? Then it's like, oh my god.
Stay strong, Ayumu. You can do it.
Like, and then Magical Light, okay, fine. Looking for another magic card. That, I mean, it's still not too useful now, but especially since they also discard the remaining cards, not even returning them to bottom. It's like, why?
Exactly.
Like if anything, interestingly, I can maybe use this in my purple deck to stack up my trash. But especially when you have Marigold, like, okay, fine. I guess another case of like you don't want to use a summon effect. Okay, fair enough. You can use a Magical Light, but it doesn't help a lot.
Yeah, I can use this in my Void Lord. What a strong cop.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, you want to stack the trash. Yeah, but okay, purple, you got Crystal Crack already.
Yeah,
that's the thing. How much more do you even want to mill from that?
I don't know. And yeah, I mean like I guess and then also like because my line of thought is use the magic light, search for gather ingredients, and then basically pick up the Aparitia that I dropped from there.
That's so much effort, and you're literally using purple, which draws on its own.
Buat buah yellow. But yeah,
so like
it's
I mean,
too much effort.
I suppose like you can find some using like half yellow decks. Like you need to use magical light to find some other kind of magic cards. Okay, kind of makes sense, but not in pure yellow. I don't think it's gonna help that much in pure yellow. And then the other one, Rapid Gale.
Yeah.
Rapid Rule. It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
First thing, again, it's a spam deck. And you're giving it minimum 3 cost. Like...
Ayumu is broken.
Thing is like... Yeah, like the thing is... Okay, I could like... I would rather have them to make it 2 cost or 3 cost with no reduction. Because if it's 2 cost, it can be searched by, the other cards.
Mm-mm.
If it's 3 costs, at least you can use Bubble Soap because you're gonna use cost 3 cards in the deck anyway.
Mm-mm.
But if it's cost 2 or 3, you have ways to add it to hand.
Mm-mm.
And then the effects can limit to just yellow spirits that cost 2 or less.
Mm-mm.
Because obviously they want you to use this in a yellow deck.
Mm-mm.
But obviously, so I suppose that's the argument that you got Penton and everything like that. But like, I still think it's better if they like reduce the cost a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, okay, that part is fine. Like we have different arguments there, but the effect.
Mm-mm.
Why do you make it main only?
Mm-mm.
What's the problem with making it a flash effect?
Mm-mm. Yeah, now that you mention it, if it's a flash effect, then it may have some niche because like you can draw it with Blast Cathedral, you get the extra core, and if you use Blast Cathedral, that means something died. So basically, you have more cores that you don't have to sacrifice your spirit with.
Yeah,
and
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, it basically allows you to attack with something that's not cost 2 yet.
Mm-mm.
And then just that you destroy them, you get the cores,
Mm-mm.
and then like you use the card, but I don't know. I suppose the same reason as Somersault, like unblockable effect. Somehow your opponent gonna know that first, so that they know how to prevent it. I guess.
Mm-mm.
But like, at the very least, this design is kind of shit.
Mm-mm. True.
Yeah. So
Also, it's kind of ironic that it's a cost 5 and then it's slashing like a rock column. No, it's not a rock column. It's a bronze column. Is it?
Sorry, bronze.
No,
column,
I was like, oh, it's a stone column.
You mean rock column?
Yeah, I think it's a rock column.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
No, I mean like in the Art of Rapid Roll, like there's a column in it. But I wasn't sure which column is it.
Oh, right.
Mm-mm.
I didn't notice that. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's either. You know the funny thing is, regardless of which column that is, currently, the only column that is cost. Oh no, this is only in BSS03. Okay, so let's look for all columns. Do we have columns that are cost 5 or higher?
I mean, it kind of looks like Iron Golem there, to be fair.
Mm-mm. Iron Golem. Iron Golem is cost 4 though.
Yeah, but I mean, the art.
Yeah.
That's literally Iron Golem.
Oh yeah, and also the Angel is not a cost 2 as well.
Yeah, the Angel is not a cost 2 as well. It's like...
Yeah. Why? Now I am...
And it can't even be used by the Angel because it's main effect, it's not a flash effect.
No, now I am angry. Like this thematically so wrong. Like I am more angry that it is not thematically correct more than it is not that much thematically functionally feasible. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rapier Angel herself, it's quite interesting though. She's quite okay, I guess. Like the concept of paying 2 cores and then like she buffs herself with the 2 cores kind of reminds me of Xenon's.
I don't like it. Like it's so bad, and like.
But you get plus 3,000.
Why I would rather pay 4 cost for 1 turn, and then I just get luster all the time. Why do I want to pay 2 costs every turn to get luster? Without Michaela, I still had to use cost to use the magic. This isn't even an early game card. Sure, you can summon it early, but there's not much you can do with that effect. Okay, like unless she's the only one on the field, like with no the cost don't need to maintain the other spirits. It's still not good. Why do you only want one spirit on the field that's going to attack?
Yeah, true. I mean, like the only angel. Yeah, I think the only angel that's actually doing something. This set is actually the Tiger Angel. My God.
Yeah, that Dagger Angel. I mean, one cost, one reduction vanilla. Most of the time, you'll probably find some use with it. But yeah, I think the spotlight is probably Fratulum actually, because now it means your exhaustness is minus 5k to everything.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So that one is a good one. And then when you use a magic that costs 5 or more, and then again, rapid rule is not a flash effect, so it doesn't trigger Fratulum. It's like, oh my god.
My God. So basically, if you are playing Silk, you basically cannot use Flagellum to impact. Like, wait, Flagellum, does she work with any color or does she?
I think she works with any color, but
Well, she works with any color, but
yeah, but like, it's still very hard to do, I think.
yeah, like what would you want to use it with? Like, Soul Crush, Double Hearts.
Yeah.
What else?
I guess.
Don't think even there is any other Plant Trap. Plant Trap. Muscle Charge. My God. Yeah, if you play it in Silt, it's actually quite hard.
Yeah, I mean, you have Royal Potion, I guess. Like, for yellow cost 5 or more with a flash effect, there's aren't a lot you can do. Like, you got Somersault, flash effect, plus 2k.
Yay.
You got Royal Potion, refresh all your cost 2, but like, if you're playing cost 2 rush, why you be playing Fratulum?
Exactly.
And then Exhaustness is literally her best choice there. And then Puppet Strings, flash effect, plus 2k.
Yay.
Literally the only, well, plus 3k, but yeah, literally the only use is Exhaustness, basically. To get a global minus 5k.
My goodness. My goodness.
Bro.
No. She doesn't exist. You made me look at her for 1 second, and that 1 second is enough. I will not look at her again. She's cancelled now. My God. But yeah, anyway, if you want us to cancel anything else, or you want us to tell your story, or you have any questions about TCG, about Battle Spirits, or about life in general, yeah, you can always send us a message to us at our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. So yeah, I guess that has been everything we can share for this week. I'm going to lay down now and contemplate on Flagellum. We hope that you have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye!
Bye.